Hello, hi, my name is Tori, welcome back or welcome to my channel, and today I'm doing a video I haven't done in a while. This is my favorite and least favorite shades from my Limecrime palettes. Before I did Urban Decay and ColourPop, the playlist will be listed down below because I am going to revitalize this series because I've noticed I've been collecting from certain brands, which I'm fine with to some degree as long as I'm not trying to get them all. So yeah, today we're going to talk about Limecrime. So first we're going to start with the one palette that as of this moment is still in my collection, but I have a feeling it's probably going to get decluttered, and that is sadly the Limecrime's Plushies and Sweet Blends. My favorite shade in this palette is definitely Melon Smoothie, a nice like mid-tone warm brown, I guess is the best way to describe this color. And then for least favorite, I want to say Chocolate Milk just because it's kind of like a normal brown, kind of just like, I don't know, I mean it makes the palette. The reason I might declutter this is just because I'm not reaching for it anymore. It is great as a face product and on my face, but I don't know if I'm going to keep it for that reason. So it's currently on probation. I don't know if that's the right term to describe it. I have a stack of palettes that I need to see if I actually reach for them. And if I don't, they're gonna go. Next, we have the Limecrime Venus Immortalis palette. Actually, I'm gonna do these palettes in order. Like I said, I don't have all of them, but I'm gonna start off with the OG Venus. So, ooh, okay. I think my favorite shade in here is Shell. The shade is so gorgeous. Those two would make a great eye look together, but I love Shell. Shell is so beautiful. I love that color. That's like my perfect neutral color. And then for least favorite, I know in this palette I haven't used Creation Muse or Divine a lot. I don't even know if I used Divine at all. It looks like I only touched it a couple times. Venus was hard to pan. Venus was my favorite shade in the palette, but I don't know. Would it be a least favorite now? I'm trying to think. I don't want to just pick all browns. I guess maybe Divine, because this palette's fairly warm tone, and then you have just Divine chilling in there. And Divine's not like a bad shade, but just like it's cool tone. So I mean, yes, you can pull that and that together and maybe throw Venus in there for a look, but I've just, in this palette, I haven't reached for it because I feel like it doesn't really need to be there. Sad, but true. Next, from the Venus palettes, I have Venus 3. I never had Venus 2. It just never caught my eye. But Venus 3. So, the shade I didn't like the least, it was Heavenly because of the formula. That shade is now gone because I panned it. So let's see, what would my favorite be? Beam is pretty, but it has the same formula as Heavenly. And it's just, this is like their old flaky mesh shimmer formula, I like to call it. Oh, okay, I think I know. So, Bliss is definitely, I swatched it on the wrong thingy. Bliss is definitely my favorite shade in this palette. I love this matte. I think it's gorgeous. Like at the moment, it's all just neutral tones. And for least favorite, I'm giving it to Paradise. And you're probably like, Bestie, why are you giving it to the purple? Why? And the reason Paradise is getting picked as least favorite is, as you can see, it's like weirdly sheer. It gets hard pan very easily. I feel like I always have to like dig at it to use it. It takes a lot of effort, and it's like, Bestie, this by far is not the best formula of the Limecrime Venus palettes. I would love for them to reformulate it because it's a great color story but needs to be updated. But yeah, Paradise, while it's a beautiful color for that palette, it's just that formula of that particular shade. No bueno. Next, I have the Venus Vivid palette. Oh, okay. I'm going to do my least favorite shade first, and I would say my least favorite shade is Happy Place. So the reason I don't vibe with Happy Place is, well, first off, Doesn't help that there's literally 2 yellows. This is more yellow orange, and this is like a yellow greeny kind of. It's not performing like Luxe. Luxe is amazing. Luxe might be my favorite shade in this palette. I don't know. I'll have to think about it after we talk about Happy Place. But like, even looking at the like formula in the pan, it's not a typical shimmer, but it's supposed to be a shimmer. It's very dry. Like, this formula, the formula in this palette, I would say is up to par with the next 2 palettes I'm going to show you, which is the newer formula, the better formula in my opinion. But I don't know what Happy Place is. Happy Place, it's like that's not a shimmer. That is barely even a matte. It's not even a satin. I love satin shades. I don't know what that is. It's dry. It's chalk. I haven't used Betty and Sassy, the blue and the pink, that much in this palette. Or either Starburst either. I feel like I haven't used them enough to actually like give an opinion on any of them. So I'm kind of choosing between Luxe and Super Bloom, and honestly I might give it to Luxe, because while this, I think I got this palette before I had Honey, so once again, not a lot of exposure to yellow at that time, but this yellow is great. Like, I love using this yellow, and I really enjoy using it with the shades in this palette and pulling it into other stuff too. But yeah, definitely Luxe is the superior yellow on that palette. I know a lot of people are like, why'd they put 2 yellows on the palette? I kind of get why they did it, because it's technically 2 different yellows, but like, right? I think this one came out first. This was the Immortalis palette. I love this one. I love this palette. Oh god. Okay. I think I need to swatch, because yeah, Unseen, which was the dark burgundy, and no, Unveil and Unseen was the black. Unveil is the burgundy. They're like actually pigmented. It's good. So I think for least, I'm gonna have to throw it at Camo. And the reason being, I mean, does Camo do its purpose? Yeah, but like, when I'm reaching this palette, I'm not reaching for Camo. I'm reaching for the other ones. I think, oh god. For favorites, it's hard, because I do like the mattes in here. I do like Ash a lot. But these shimmers really got me into cool tones. I'd say this whole palette did, but like, after doing my 4 looks, 1 palette with it, or 3 looks, whatever I did at the time, I really enjoyed these shimmers. Kind of want to give it to Moth. Moth is like a more satin. Might be hard to tell on my arm. But it's gorgeous. Like, you can tell it's like kind of, I wouldn't call it a duochrome, but it definitely has that like sheen that a duochrome has, like the luminosity of a duochrome. I love this palette. I love it. Then next we have the Prelude Chroma, the fun palette. I need to pull this out again, because I feel like I haven't used it that much. Ooh, okay. I have to see which shade I didn't like, because some of these shimmers are more creamy, opposed to some of the first ones. Like, I feel like this color story is very unique. Like with Olympia and Cypress and Nymph, you can make a really natural look, or even with Triumph and Olympia, you can make a look. I don't know, I was gonna say Opiate. Anyway, but then you got Genesis, Saturn, and Seafoam, gorgeous, and then Eros is gorgeous too. Shit. Did I have any problems with any of the mattes? Okay, I see what the problem with one of the mattes is, so I'm gonna have to label this one as least, and that would be Cypress. While Cypress is gorgeous, it's just drier. It is a lot drier. Very pretty, like using it, but just because it's not a soft buttery matte compared to the other mattes, I'm gonna have to give it the least point for that one. Favorite, shit. Kinda wanna give it to Saturn or Seafoam. I think I'm gonna give it to Saturn. Saturn is one of those like creamy shimmers. Kinda feels like a Super Shock. I really like it, really pretty. Really pretty. And then the last palette I have to swatch and debate about, I haven't actually used as of this moment recording. It's in my list of palettes to use, and that is the Limecrime Venus XL2 palette. So we're gonna do it solely off colors because I haven't even swatched anything. Let's look, shall we? Shit. This is gonna be my first time touching this palette. Right away, Eve's giving me like a not translucent, but like there's blue freckles of glitter in there. That's very pretty. And Thorn has that too. But that formula is a little dry. I'm trying to see if one of them feel like obviously dry, because dry eyeshadows is like a turn off, because that means in my eyes, if it's really dry, it's gonna take a lot of work to put on, and I don't got that much time sometimes, you know? Ooh, Locust is pretty too. But that Locust is like your basic blue, MAC blue brown pigment, is that what it's called? I like how I never owned that pigment, but just seen it so much that I really use it as a reference for everything. A lot of these are swatching very nicely. I know a lot of people like the first Venus XL palette, and I can see why if they're the same formula. I found it. I found the one I don't like. I found it. It's Crown. Ugh, I didn't like swatching that. It's like, look at the hardpan already, just sealing up. It's one of those, like, very pretty, but I don't want to feel like I'm working with sandpaper. Maybe it'll work better with a brush, but just fingy instinct. Okay, I'm gonna give favorite shade to Ivy, this green over here, just because it's drawing my attention in. Obviously the greens in this are more like pop of color, but sorry, I didn't mean to scream at you, but I'm very excited to play with this palette. And I will probably do some type of video with it, even though it is on the older side now. I'll probably still do a video, because why not? But yeah, these are my favorite shades for my Limecrime palettes, and these are my least favorite shades. Looking at the two, I feel like this one started out to be more neutral, and even is still neutral, with like Crown and even Camo, but they're kind of really cool color stories. I have done a look using like my favorites, and I don't know if I did. I think I just did favorites. I don't think I did least in that video, but if you would like one of those, I would be down to do it again. But yeah, this was a very fun experiment to look at. Let me know what you want to see next. I have more ColourPop palettes, so I can do ColourPop. I have Sugar Pill palettes. I can do Sugar Pill. I can do Elf. I feel like ColourPop's probably going to be like 2 or 3 rounds by itself, just because how many I have now. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have an amazing day or night whenever you're watching this. Peace out, Girl Scout.